Here is exactly how I'm going to use 2024 to make multiple six figures. Now, the reason I say this is the start of 2023, I was broke, I was unemployed. In fact, I was in a little bit of debt. I managed to pay off that debt. I hopped on universal credit, which is government welfare in the UK. Then I managed to get a 9 to 5 job. Within 3 to 4 months of that job, I managed to quit that job and go full time in my business, which was an online coaching business, by the way. Then I managed to start another company, just helping people grow their online companies, helping them scale, that kind of thing. And that's allowed me to make over 10K in a month. In fact, it hit me 16.5K profit from about halfway from November to halfway through December in those 4 weeks. So that was like pretty much the greatest year of my life so far. Now, here's how I'm going to use 2024 to make multiple six figures. And I'm not going to give you the exact business strategy because that'd be stupid, because obviously it's my business and I'm not going to oversaturate it, like obviously. But that wouldn't help you anyway, because we don't have the same business, I'm assuming. We don't have the same goals and all that kind of thing. But what I am going to give you is how you can essentially abuse this year to make as much money as possible. Like, I guarantee you listen to what I say, you will become successful. Guaranteed. The first thing, and this is literally me making it up on the spot, bro. Like, I'm almost treating this like a video journal and sharing it with you. So the first thing is I'm not going to take any days off unless it's for a reason. So I'm going to take 0 days off. The only days I'm going to take off is for Eid day, because I'm Muslim and I celebrate Eid. So I'll take Eid days off. That'll be 2 days in the whole year. And then any other days I take off will purely be to reflect on the work that I'm doing. So for example, I might work January to March, and then the first week of April, I take the week off and just reflect, what have I done so far? Am I on track to where I want to be? Am I doing everything correctly? That's it. So I'll probably take a week off every quarter, and then I'll take days off on Eid. That's it. So that'll be 4 weeks off over the year. And I'll probably be doing some work throughout those 4 weeks, but not like main hard tasks, and then the 2 days for Eid. So that's that. I'm not going to take any other days off for nothing else. I'm going to go balls to the walls. I'm going to work as hard as possible. That's the first thing. The second thing is I'm going to stay on top of my education. What a lot of entrepreneurs do is they do something and they get success from that, but then they forgot what they've done, and then they stop doing it, and then they stop becoming successful, and they're like, what? Why is it not working? Well, it's like, bro, you stopped doing what helped you in the first place. So after reflecting on the new year, I realized what was one of the main things that helped me. It was learning, buying courses, reading books. So I'm going to continue to buy courses, as many courses as I can. I'm going to bash through them. I'm spending 9.6K on a program right now. And then I'm going to buy as many books as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read one book per week. One book a week. That is the goal. And I'm talking Harry Potter, none of that bullshit, no Doctor Who nonsense, no Sherlock Holmes nonsense. I'm talking about non-fiction books. Books about business strategy, mindset, performance, that kind of thing. So I'm not going to take any days off except for a week after every quarter. I'm going to take a day off, 2 days off, for one for Eid and then one for the other Eid. And then, as I mentioned, I'm going to buy courses and read books. Now, let me just think, how else am I going to become successful in the new year? And how else can you become successful? This one's going to sound weird, and this is something I did in 2023, but it's cut off friends. I cut everyone off, essentially. Everyone that I knew. Because I come from an area, bro, where 99% of the people are poor. Like, it's one of the poorest areas in the UK, essentially. Even if you look at my school that I used to go to, bro, which I'm not going to say, obviously, but if you know, you know. It was bottom 5% of the UK. Like, imagine all the schools in the UK, my school is in the bottom 5% because it's in an area of poverty, bro, and no one has ambition. The people I used to speak to, bro, they weren't a good fit for me. Some of them were aspiring to be entrepreneurs, but they just didn't have the same values, the same principles, the same hunger as me to go crush the business. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sit down, reflect on who I talk to, and I'm going to think, should I cut this person off or not? Because you might think like, yeah, I don't have to cut the person off. Like, I could just talk to them, text them now and then. That's not the truth though, bro, because they still take your mental energy. Even you just having to think about them takes your mental energy in the smallest way. Just you having to wake up. Maybe you just go on WhatsApp, they send you a message, or you just send them a message, right? That just eats up your energy, bro. So what I did is in 2023, I just absolutely just blocked all the dickheads, blocked the people who weren't even dickheads, but weren't just, didn't fit into my principles, bro, and my vision for the future. And it kicked off because I then ended up having to meet new people, and I've met people who are amazing, bro. Guys who are going to make multiple six figures this year as well. Guys I'm going to crush it with. So that's that. I'm going to cut off the friends as well. Now let's think, what do I need to do in 2024 to crush my goals? And what do you need to do to get to six figures as well, bro? Because I'll be honest, I know I'm going to reach six figures regardless, but to reach multiple six figures, that's a completely different story. Do you know what I mean? In fact, I want to make $100,000 in a month, bro, this year. Maybe I won't do it this year. Maybe it'll take me another year or two. It doesn't matter. The next thing I need to do is understand this quote from Sam Ovens. If you don't know who Sam Ovens is, go on YouTube, search Sam Ovens. He's a very good entrepreneur. The quote is, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So I'll repeat that again so you can actually understand. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So he said, for example, if he sees a guy who's muscular, shredded, lean, looks after his physique, and he's got a good diet, he can comfortably hire that guy, knowing that guy has his life in order. But then if he sees another guy who's fat, he's obese, he eats disgusting foods, then he can't trust that guy because he knows that guy doesn't have his life in order. So if he can't, take his diet and his life seriously, why would you treat your business seriously? And that's basically me right now. I'm one of those guys who focuses so much on entrepreneurship. I think diet doesn't matter. I think physique doesn't matter, to grow your business. And I had all these stupid beliefs, bro. Sleeping at any time I want, eating junk food, that kind of thing, just scrolling on social media sometimes. It's a waste of time. Now I understand how you do one thing is how you do everything. So I'm going to start eating clean. I'm not going to eat junk food. I'm going to get to 10% body fat. I'm going to get shredded to grow my business. That's right. I'm going to get shredded to grow my business. Obviously, 10% might be excessive. I think 12% is the sweet spot for a natural lifter. So I'm going to get to 10% body fat, and then I'm going to start a lean bulk. So right now, I don't know what my body fat percentage is, but you can probably tell it's quite high right now. But I'm going to cut to 12%. I just invested into a program from a guy called Bridger Rogers. Bridger Rogers used to work with a guy called Gregor Gallagher. He's an awesome guy, bro. So I'm working on with him right now for fitness. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to get to 10% body fat. I'm going to fix my sleep, and I'm going to fix where I give my attention to. I'm not going to give my attention to energy leeches, none of that stuff. If I do, I'm not going to get rich. So I understand how you do one thing is how you do everything. I have to fix my diet. I have to fix my sleep. I have to fix how I train. I realized recently in the last week or two, well, not even the last week or two, about last month or so, I switched to a 2-day-a-week split. I just wasn't training as hard anymore. Now I'm going to go all in. I've switched back to a 3-day-a-week split now. I'm going to go all in. Every single set, I'm going to push myself, right? Because if you don't push yourself in the gym, what makes you think you're going to push yourself in your business? Okay, so that's that. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Now let me think, what's the next thing? Let me just think. What are you guys saying about the top G mug though, man? You rate it? Okay, something else I'm going to do is I'm going to journal every night, right? But I'm not going to necessarily journal about life and that kind of stuff, more specifically towards my business, right? So I'll do journaling in the morning for general life. But essentially what I'll do is I'll journal, essentially, I've got a nice moleskin notepad there. And I'll basically journal every night. What did I do in the day? What distractions did I come across? How can I get rid of them? How can I do more work tomorrow? Then I'll also plan what I'm going to do for tomorrow. So I think that's something very important that I didn't do in 2023, which meant every day when I woke up the next day, I just didn't know what to do. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I've got my notebook here. Every night I'll journal. What did I do well today? What did I do wrong? And then what can I do tomorrow to make it even better? And then I'll plan what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'll list the tasks. So if I do that, and if you do that, you will absolutely crush the year, bro. And you'll make as much money as possible. Now, I'm going to give you some advice, bro. Right now, you probably don't know what business model to start. That's the thing. You just don't know what business model to start. You know you want to become financially free, but you don't know what business model to start. Well, the entrepreneur, Sam Ovens, he says whenever he hires someone, he looks for something called a full stack entrepreneur. So you probably heard of a full stack coder. That's a guy who can use all the different coding platforms. You can do front end, back end. You can do all the different things. So you can code the front of a website that the viewer sees, but he can put the code that's behind it as well. So you want to become a full stack entrepreneur, which means you know everything about entrepreneurship, right? So for example, you're probably thinking, oh, maybe I need to start a copywriting business. Maybe I need to start a coaching business. Maybe I need to start this business. That's the wrong mindset. Become a full stack entrepreneur first. First, learn sales. Literally, this might seem random because you don't have anything to sell, but read books on how to sell, watch videos on how to sell. Do you know why? No matter what you do as an entrepreneur, you will always need to know how to sell. Right? So I would learn sales, then I would learn copywriting, then I'd work on my mindset as well, and I'd read some books on business strategy. And this is going to seem completely random to you, but one of the main things that helped me, bro, was when I used to work in a warehouse it was a year and about 3 months ago now. A year and 3 months ago, yeah. So it was in 2022, November-ish, I left the job. But I got there in August. I was always reading books about sales. I was reading books about creating funnels .com secrets, expert secrets. I was reading books about Walmart and how Walmart grew. I was reading books about Starbucks and how Starbucks grew. I was reading these general entrepreneurship books, and I was reading specific books about how to copyright. So a good book is called Copywriting Secrets. I was reading books like Breakthrough Advertising, right? I'm reading these books, and by the way, if you want more books, click my channel, and it says like 10 secret books that made me rich, something like that. And reading these books at the time, bro, I got the knowledge, but I didn't have anywhere to apply it. But then one day I was sitting down, and I just hopped off a call with a guy called Andrew Kirby. He gave me like an idea for a business like that I can pursue. Now that I had the skills, I had an unfair advantage. Within, I think it was about 2 or 3 months, I made my first sale. And then, a couple of months later, which was like halfway through November to December, boom, 16.5K profit. In the same year, I was on universal credit. Like, do you know how insane that is? That's insane. Like, that's insane. You don't understand how insane that is. Because I was a full stack entrepreneur. So if you're one of those guys right now who doesn't know what to do, you read books on sales, copywriting, marketing, all these different things. Read biographies of entrepreneurs, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, read Made in America by Sam Walton. It will seem random now, but one day something will click in your head. You're like, yo, I've got a business idea. Just off reading those books alone, you can get a business idea, right? So I read the book .com Secrets, and it was basically talking about you can monetize your content and create a funnel. And I was sitting down, I was thinking like, yo, I don't have content though. I remember I took my friends to a library and we sat down around this computer and I put on like a PowerPoint saying, yo, here's how we're going to get rich. We're going to build funnels for other people. We're going to help them build online courses and online communities. We'll sell it for them and then we'll take a percentage of the money. Obviously, that business never went into fruition because at the time, I didn't have all the knowledge that I have now. But if I did it now, I would succeed. But yeah, a business idea came just from reading those books. And if I had obviously put more time into it and knew where to look, I would have been able to succeed in that. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do to honestly crush this new year, bro. So I'm going to cut out all the nonsense, cut out the fluff, be 100% focused, no days off, cut out the bullshit. And yeah, read the books, become a full stack entrepreneur. If you don't know what business model to start, I promise, just read those books. Click the channel, click the video about the books, read those books. And I promise, bro, 2024 is going to be the year that, we come out on top. With that said, bro, if you like the video, subscribe. If you want to talk to me one-to-one, I've got like an online community. It's $49. I'll be honest, there's nothing in there. I'm not even going to add any courses. It's purely for people who just want to hop on a call with me. So what I do is I do a Q&A call like there once every week. So you can just hop on, we'll have some conversation, just talk about life. You can ask me any questions. It's $49 a month. If you can't comfortably afford it, don't. But if you want to know more about how I make 10K a month, bro, then obviously it's probably worth joining just to ask me questions and I can put you on something. But yeah, other than that, bro, like, comment, subscribe, all that nonsense, and I'll see you in the next one.